correctly describes the relationship between whole numbers and integers. Okay, so integers are positive and negative numbers without decimals, and whole numbers start at 0. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So all whole numbers are integers, but not all integers are whole numbers. So for example, -5, -4, these would be integers, but they're not whole numbers. Whole numbers start at 0, 1, 2, and then counting numbers would be a subset of whole numbers that would start at 1. They're also called natural numbers. So D is correct. All whole numbers are integers, but not all integers are whole numbers. Number 2, if you add up all these people, all these rentals, you should get 150. 150 rentals. So we're looking for how many did not rent a drama. 25 rented a drama. Okay, so if 25 rented drama out of 150, these are both multiples of 25. 25 divided by 25 is 1. 50 divided by 25. How many quarters in $1.50? 6. So there's a 1/6 chance of getting a drama. So the chances of not renting a drama would be the rest. 5/6 chance of not renting a drama, because the chance of renting a drama is 1/6. 25 out of 150. 150 was the sum of all these rentals. Number 3, spaghetti is half of the hamburger and french fries. So the person's twice as likely to like hamburger and french fries as spaghetti. Number 4, so we've got 15 coins to start off with. Of those 15 coins, we're looking for the probability of getting a dime first. Well, the chance of getting a dime is 7 out of 15. There are 7 dimes out of 15 total coins. We cannot simplify that. The probability, he's not replacing, so we now have 14 coins. Of those 14 coins, 5 are pennies. Okay, we're looking for compound probability, so we're going to multiply, but before we multiply, we can cross simplify this. Divide by 7 is 1, divide by 7 is 2, divide by 5 is 3, divide by 5 is 1. You get 1/6. 1 times 1 is 1, 3 times 2 is 6. 1/6 chance of selecting a dime and then a penny without replacement. If it was with replacement, this would be 15. It would be 5 out of 15 if we were replacing, but we're not replacing. So it goes down to 14. Compound probability, multiply. Okay, 19 students on a math team. So they've got to raise 297. They've already raised 218.25. So if we look at how much they still have to raise, we're going to have to subtract 297.48 minus 218.25. And that should give you that should give you $79.23. So $79.23 divided by 19 is going to, did I do that right? Yeah. So 79.23 divided by 19 should give you 417. 417. Or you could just multiply each one of these and see which one gives you 79.23 that you still have to raise. Next one, 12 hours every day. So one day, 12 hours. 2 days would be 24 hours. 0 days would be 0 hours. So that's that one. Number 7. 4 pounds of grapes for every 12. Let's do it the other way around. 12 pounds of, $12.64 for every 4 pounds. Putting P for pounds because my L's look like 1s. And I want to know for 1 pound. The constant of proportionality, divide by 4, and you should get $3.16 per pound. So any number of pounds, you multiply by 316 and you get the price. Number 8. So this is amount of change. We're looking for the percent of decrease, actually. This is actually 64. I changed this. And this was 48. And it was supposed to be decreased. Okay, so percent of change. We find the amount of change. So 64 minus 48. And the original amount was 64. And we're looking for the amount of decrease. So 64 minus 48 is 16. 16 out of 64. These are both divisible by 8. Divided by 8 is 2. Divided by 8 is 8. 2/8. Divide by 2 again. Divide by 2, you get to 1/4, which we know is 25%. If you had a calculator, you could just divide this out. 16 divided by 64, or you could just do it T-bow. Divided by 64, you get 0.25, which we know is 25%. Next one, we know when x is 0, y is 4. So these two are out because 2 times 0 is 0 plus 4, y is going to equal 4. So it's got to be between C and D. So let's go to the next one. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 plus 4 is 6. Yep, that works for the second set of numbers. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 plus 4 is 8. Yep, that works for this third set of numbers. 3 times 2 is 6. 6 plus 4 is 10. Yep, this works for all of them. Number 10. Okay, a lot of people missed this one. So here's what we've got. We've got negative 8x plus 15 is greater than or equal to negative 9. Let's get rid of this plus 15 with a minus 15. If you subtract 15 from one side, you must subtract 15 from the other side. Okay, so negative 9, I'm going to go down here. Negative 9 minus 15 is the same thing as, we don't subtract, we add the opposite. That's negative 9 plus a negative 15, which brings us to negative 24. Okay, so this side, negative 9 minus 15 equals negative 24. So we have negative 24 on the right side. This is, and we have negative 8x is greater than or equal to negative 24. So now, in order to get rid of this times negative 8, we're going to divide by negative 8. What you do to one side, you have to do to the other side. But when you multiply or divide by a negative number, you must flip the sign. Let me say that again. When you multiply or divide by a negative number, you must flip the sign. So we're dividing both sides by negative 8, and we are going to flip our sign. X times negative 8 divided by negative 8 cancels out. So we have x is less than or equal to, negative divided by negative is a positive, 24 divided by 8 is 3. So x is less than or equal to 3. It's solidly filled in, so it could be equal to 3 or it could be less than 3. So it's going to be B. X is less than or equal to negative 3. I'm sorry, x is less than or equal to 3. Number 11. Okay, here's what we've got. We've got 2x on here. 2x plus 4 equals 12. 3 by 4 is 12. So let's get rid of this plus 4 by subtracting 4. If we subtract 4 from this side, we've got to subtract 4 from this side to keep it equal. So we end up with 2x equals 8. 12 minus 4, subtracting 4 from both sides. So if 2x equals 8, divide by 2, divide by 2. For each x, you've got 4. You split them into two groups, right there and right there. So x equals 4. Number 12, which equation is true when the value of x is negative 4? So here, let's just go ahead and substitute. So we have 1/2. Instead of x, I'm going to substitute negative 4 plus 22. And I'm going to see if this equals 20. Little question mark above there. So, negative 4 is the same thing as negative 4 over 1. Negative 4 times 1 is negative 4. 2 times 1 is 2. We have negative 4 over 2. Negative divided by positive is a negative. 4 divided by 2 is 2. So this right here is going to equal negative 2. Negative 2 plus a positive 22 does give us 20, so A is correct. So negative 2 plus 22 gives you 20. All right, here we've got 1 mile is approximately 1.6 kilometers. So I'm going to write 1 mile for every 1.6 kilometers. And I don't really like having decimals, so I'm going to multiply both sides by 10, top and bottom by 10. 1 times 10 is 10. 1.6 times 10, when you multiply times 10, you just move the decimal once, so that's going to give us 16. So we have 10 miles for every 16 kilometers, and that's going to equal the same thing as divide by 2, 5 miles for every 8 kilometers. I'm looking for 12 kilometers. So I put my 12 down here with my kilometers, and then 8 times 1.5 is 12. I could have gotten that by doing 12 divided by 8. That gives me 1.5. That's my scale factor. So times 1.5 times 1.5, 5 times 1.5 gives me 7.5. So 7.5 miles. I also could have done that straight from here. 1 over m, or 1.6 km, and I'm looking for 12 km, and the scale factor here would be times 7.5 times 7.5. 12 divided by 1.6 is 7.5. Last one, this is a fact family, so if circumference equals pi times diameter, you'll probably see this exact question just like this on STAAR. It'll probably be exactly the same. They might change the order a little bit. If circumference equals pi times diameter, that's similar to saying 6 equals 3 times 2. Well, if 6 equals 3 times 2, that means 6 divided by 3 is 2, or 6 divided by 2 is 3. Same here. Circumference equals pi times diameter. That means circumference divided by pi gives you your diameter, and circumference divided by diameter equals pi. So what is pi? Pi is the ratio of the circumference to the diameter. It's the number of times the diameter fits around the circumference.